The United States fought against Spain. They quickly gained the upper hand. Spain was losing control of its territories. Thousands perished due to war conditions. The conflict became increasingly brutal. 1899, a single gunshot broke the silence. A brutal war had just begun. On one side, the United States. On the other, the Philippines. Both forces stood face to face. But this war didn't start suddenly. It was built on broken trust and promises that were never kept. The Philippines had been under Spanish rule. For centuries, people suffered oppression. Freedom seemed like a distant dream. In 1898, everything changed. The Spanish-American War began. A new power entered the region. The United States fought against Spain. They quickly gained the upper hand. Spain was losing control of its territories. Filipino revolutionaries saw hope. They believed freedom was finally within reach. They were ready to rise against oppression. Their leader was Emilio Aguinaldo, a determined man committed to national independence. He inspired thousands to fight for freedom. With American support, Filipinos initially fought alongside the US together. They pushed the Spanish back. Spain was finally defeated, but the Philippines did not gain independence. A new ruler had arrived instead. Filipino fighters used the terrain to their advantage. They struck suddenly and disappeared without a trace. It became a war of shadows. Civilians suffered immensely, caught between two armies with no escape. Families were displaced and terrified. To suppress resistance, harsh tactics were employed. Entire villages were burned to deny refuge. Civilians became unintended victims. Civilians suffered immensely, caught between two armies with no escape. Families were displaced and terrified. Disease and hunger spread rapidly. Thousands perished due to war conditions. The conflict became increasingly brutal. American troops advanced swiftly, using superior weapons and tactics. They dominated early battles. Filipino forces resisted bravely, but they lacked resources and heavy weaponry. The odds were heavily against them. Cities fell one by one. American control spread across the islands. The situation became increasingly desperate. Aguinaldo refused to surrender. He continued leading resistance, even when hope seemed lost. The war shifted in form. From open battles to guerrilla tactics, a new phase of conflict had begun. Filipino fighters used the terrain to their advantage. They struck suddenly and disappeared without a trace. It became a war of shadows. American forces struggled to adapt. The enemy was everywhere and nowhere at once. Fear and frustration spread among the troops. To suppress resistance, harsh tactics were employed. Entire villages were burned to deny refuge. Civilians became unintended victims. Civilians suffered immensely, caught between two armies with no escape. Families were displaced and terrified. Disease and hunger spread rapidly. Thousands perished due to war conditions. The conflict became increasingly brutal. Yet resistance persisted. Filipinos refused to abandon their cause. Freedom remained worth the fight. The war dragged on for years. Both sides became exhausted and battle-worn. Casualties mounted continuously. Then a turning point arrived. Aguinaldo was captured by American forces. The organized resistance weakened significantly. Without strong leadership, morale fell. Many fighters surrendered or went into hiding. The war was nearing its end. In 1902, the Philippine-American War officially ended. The United States claimed victory. But the cost had been enormous for the Filipino people.